Hey, friend. All right, real quick before we jump into this week's episode, a little or not so little update. Since recording this episode, my new fall program, which is called the Messaging Edit, actually sold out in just 26 hours. So if you hear me referencing the doors open, don't worry, you're not missing anything. The doors are already closed, which is wild since I was considering that I'd be launching for the next week and a half. But the next episodes of my podcast, like 4 or 5 of them, are actually going to take you behind the scenes of how I built, launched, and sold out this program so darn quickly. I am pulling back the curtain and giving you the real strategy, the mindset shifts, and the lessons that I learned. So stay tuned next week and make sure you're on my email list if you want early access to when the Messaging Edit opens again. The link is, of course, going to be in the show notes to hop on that wait list. And even though the doors are closed, this episode's still packed with value, especially if you're trying to get clear on your messaging, build a brand that actually connects and converts, and finally start creating content that lights you up and lights your audience up. So grab your coffee, throw in those earbuds, and let's dive into this week's episode. You don't need the perfect message to show up powerfully. You just need to start showing up even before you feel fully ready. I wish someone would have said that to me in the beginning of my journey on social media and marketing, because here's the truth. You don't find your message by overthinking it. You find it by putting in the reps, by getting the support you need, by working with the people that can help you level up, by testing your voice, and by doing it as you. Welcome to the Creative Bodega, a podcast about content marketing, Instagram growth, and personal branding for female service-based solopreneurs who want to grow their business without letting it take over their lives. I'm your host, Em Connors, and each week I'll share actionable tips, expert advice, and unfiltered truths to help you create engaging content, connect authentically with your audience, and turn followers into loyal customers, all without the burnout. If you're ready to simplify your content creation, navigate the ever-changing trends, and build a business that works for you while staying sane in this crazy season of life, then you're in the right place. Welcome back, my friend. Can you believe this is likely the final episode in our 3-part little mini-series all about messaging clarity and increasing engagement? I put a poll out there to all of my lovely followers across multiple platforms asking, what do you need help with this fall? And it's fall in the US. I'm not sure where you are, but the overwhelming response was messaging clarity, brand foundation, and just increased engagement. So let's do a quick little rewind. In episode 1, we talked about why your dream clients might not be getting it. And we uncovered the real reason your content isn't converting. Might not be your offer. It's your messaging. So go back 2 episodes before this one and listen to that if you haven't listened to that yet. And then in episode 2, I walked you through my brand new signature magnet method. This is a 5-part framework I created to help female service-based solopreneurs clarify their message, connect deeply with their audience, and start creating content that actually works. And today, we're going to talk about whether or not this is your moment. This episode is going to help you figure out if the magnet method and working with me this fall or now, I'm recording this in the summer, but you're going to be listening to this in a number of weeks. So we're going to find out if this is a right fit for you. And I also want to share the single mindset shift that really helped me and so many of the people that I've worked with show up confidently, even when things still felt messy behind the scenes. Also, a quick heads up, the doors to my fall program, I don't know what it's called yet. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish I did, but let's just call it the magnet method. Close at the end of this week. I believe we start next week. If I'm lying, I might be a week off. Don't shoot the messenger, but we're close. And if you're feeling that pull, this is the time to jump. So make sure you look at the show notes and you hop in before it's too late. All right, let's get into it. Here's the thing. I see time and time again, there are so many women in the first year or 2 of their business doing all the things right. They have an offer. They have an email list. They're emailing that list regularly. They're showing up on Instagram pretty consistently, but it's still not working the way that they want or need it to. Like a lot of people reach out to me. I need to make this amount. And if I don't, I have to go back to a real 9 to 5 job. And that is like my overall goal, to keep you as far away from that 9 to 5 and having a boss breathing down your neck as possible. So you're finding that the right people are not converting. They're not listening. They're not paying attention. They're not engaging. And you're left wondering, am I missing something? Is it me? Am I not just cut out for this? My friend, the answer is no. It's not that. The problem usually isn't your content. It's not your effort. It's your messaging. And more specifically, it's the confidence behind it. When your message isn't clear, you don't feel clear. And when you don't feel clear, you show up smaller, softer, less bold. And that's why I've created this magnet method, okay? And it is the exact thing that I have done to grow my business over the past almost 4 years. I've designed this program for female solopreneurs who are not beginners. You've got momentum, you've got drive, you've got an offer, and you're building something real. And this program is going to be for you if you are in the first 1 to 2 years of your business. If you are posting on a pretty consistent basis but not converting, you have an offer and you're actively trying to sell it. You're building or already have an email list, and you're not here to dabble. You're here to refine and rise. You want live support, strategy, and actual feedback, not just another course that you're going to sit on and literally do nothing with. This program is a collaboration, and we're building your message clarity together. And if you're ready to treat your business like the brand that it's becoming and wants to be, I truly, in my heart of heart, believe this is your next step. Let's talk about who it's not for, just so we're like super clear. It's not for everyone. It's not for you if you're still figuring out your offer or who your audience is. You're new to content or still trying to get the hang of posting consistently, like you're posting and you're ghosting. You want something totally passive and hands off. That's not my jam. You're hoping for a viral post and not a consistent strategy. That's just not me. I am not chasing virality, and I don't teach people how to either. This is for the solopreneur who's ready to lead, not just to sit and learn, okay? So here's something I wish more people said. You don't need the perfect message to show up powerfully. You just need to start showing up even before you feel fully ready. I wish someone would have said that to me in the beginning of my journey on social media and marketing, because here's the truth. You don't find your message by overthinking it. You find it by putting in the reps, by getting the support you need, by working with the people that can help you level up, by testing your voice, and by doing it as you. And so many of us hold back because we're afraid. We're afraid of saying it wrong. We're afraid of being too much, or you're not expert enough. You're afraid of messing up before you feel polished. But let me ask you something. What is the worst that could happen if you showed up fully as yourself, unapologetically? And more importantly, what's the best thing that could happen, right? Because for me, the best thing I ever did in my business was deciding to show up before I felt ready. I will never forget the way my body felt when my husband said, "You need to start doing video for our then CrossFit gym. You need to be on video. People want to see you, not me." And I was like, I hate everything about this. I am shy. I am an introvert. I don't want to be on video. But our family was on the line, our livelihood. This gym was all we had. We did not have a backup plan. And honestly, maybe that's where my drive came from. I mean, probably is, right? And I got out of my own way and I said, Emily, what is the worst thing that could happen? Or better yet, what's the best thing that could happen? And that was that we had a successful business and we were able to financially support our family. And from that moment on, honestly, it changed everything. And I hated my husband in the moment, but now I love him more than anything for really pushing me and giving me the confidence that I needed too. He's like, you're good on video. You can do this. And we just need to do it. Like, just suck it up and do it. And I was like, damn it. All right, fine. But those DMs that I would get in response to videos, And Reels had just come out at this time, and stories had recently come out, and these DMs turned into real conversations, which turned into people showing up at our gym. And so I knew that it worked, and followers became clients, and the right people found us. And now the right people are still finding me. And it's not because I'm perfect. It's not because I know more than anybody else, because I know I don't. People are teaching me stuff all the time. There's way more Canva experts out there than me that know 10 times more than me. But it's because I was clear and I was real, honestly. And that's what the magnet method that I plan to teach in this program is all about. I used to spend hours perfecting Canva posts. I would literally wake up at like 5:30 in the morning knowing something was auto posting that morning at like 6:30 and panic, jump out of bed and run to my laptop because there was like one thing I wanted to change in the post. I was like, oh, I know what I was missing. I could do this better. I used to rewrite my captions 25 times until it sounded quote unquote perfect. I used to scroll other people's profiles, looking at how much engagement they had and wondering, why does their content seem to land and mine doesn't? Until I realized I wasn't unclear. I was just unconfident in my own voice. And that confidence that you see me show up with today, or you hear in my voice right now, it did not happen overnight. You guys, I wish my husband were here. I would have him jump in and say, preach. It did not happen overnight. It happened by putting in the reps and putting in a lot of them. And now I have a message that feels like me. I have a brand that feels like me. And the women I work with, whether it's in my membership or in this upcoming program or in any program I've ever run, they get it. They want it. They show up because it's real, because I'm real. And they are people I could be friends with in real life because they are connecting with me on a deeper level on social media, in my newsletter, on this podcast. And it's the best thing I've ever done for my business, was choosing to show up before I felt ready. So if you're sitting there thinking, this is me, I'm ready to grow with more alignment and more clarity and more confidence, I would love to invite you to join me inside the magnet method. This isn't a content course. This isn't a course you're going to buy and forget about. This is not a find your niche like boot camp. It's not fluff at all. It is strategic, extremely high touch experience to help you clarify your message, create content that connects, and to turn your voice into your most powerful business tool. So the doors close at the end of this week, and I would love to support you on the inside. I'm going to put a link in the show notes, and I invite you to email me, Emily@thecreativebodega.com, or DM me on social media at thecreativebodega.com. You know where to find me. I'm a laid back person. I will answer any question you have, and I will be real with you if I don't think this program is for you. So I want you to tag me in your stories and tell me one thing you're going to say out loud this week that is 100% you, okay? Because your people, they're not waiting for your perfect. They're waiting for your real and your authentic. And once your message matches that, you're going to become completely unforgettable. So this is a shorter episode this week. I'm just going to throw it out there. This is week 1 of my kids being home for the next 3 weeks this August. I know you're listening in September, but like a little bit of survival mode here. I'm wrapping up this episode and we're running out to a soccer tournament 2 hours away for the whole weekend. So thank you for bearing with me with a little bit of a shorter episode, but I hope this was impactful. I really do, because I have been where you are, and I don't say that lightly. I have been where you are, scared to show up. And I'm telling you, the best thing I ever did was to get out of my own way and ask myself, what's the worst/best thing that could happen? I hope to see you inside the magnet method, and I love you either way. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on the Creative Bodega podcast. If you love this episode, please be sure to share it with a fellow solopreneur who could use a little content creation inspiration. And hey, don't forget to check out the show notes for any resources I mentioned on the episode to help you create content that feels easy and actually gets you results. If you want even more Canva and content tips, head over to my website, thecreativebodega.com, or find me on Instagram under the same name. Until next time, keep creating, keep showing up, and most importantly, try and have a little fun with your content. I'll see you on the next episode.